Hey all, new day, new verses. We're starting chapter 6 and digging into verses 1 through 4, teaching about giving to the needy. Let's dig in. Watch out. Don't do your good deeds publicly, to be admired by others, for you will lose the reward from your Father in heaven. When you give to someone in need, don't do as the hypocrites do, blowing trumpets in the synagogues and streets to call attention to their acts of charity. I tell you the truth. They have received all the reward they will ever get. But when you give to someone in need, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give your gifts in private, and your Father, who sees everything, will reward you. I know this idiom has been used a lot, the don't let your left hand know what the right one is doing. And it's been used in some really curious places to justify a lot of seriously messed up things. But I want to get past it. I want to get to the core of the idea that the idiom is trying to convey to the audience. If you're going to give, don't be somebody who holds up the $20 bill and sticks it in there like, everybody praise them for giving their gift. No. If you give, just give. God will see to fit to rewarding. In fact, we see this happening with the widow and her 2 pence. The others were able to give what they had on hand. She gave more than she could afford. She gave everything she had. Jesus knew it, pointed it out, and explained quite clearly that it was the heart in which she gave. That it wasn't something she would miss. She gave over and above. It's living the life, not just trying to wear it as a cause and expect praise. Often, especially in some religious circles, we will treat giving like a bidding war. Well, I gave 150. Well, I gave 200. Well, I gave 350. Congratulations. That's cool. That's all the praise you're ever going to get for it. Because the intent of the heart there in that moment was clearly the praise, not doing it for any other reason. Well, how do you know the heart? Why did you do it if you weren't expecting the praise? If you were doing it because it's the right thing to do, then your left hand doesn't know what your right hand is doing. You're acting purely because it's the right thing to do. Not wanting a show of it, not wanting anybody to parade you, not acting like a hypocrite. Just simply, why'd you do that? God told me to. Have a good one. Simple as that. Our lives are supposed to be a testimony. Occasionally, we are to use words. And I recognize the bit of amusement in me saying that as somebody who's here daily. But our lives should reflect what we truly believe. And if we're giving to those in need, it should be looking at the person. Not just the event of giving, but the person who is in need. When you interact with people who are dealing with or have lived through poverty, something I have done myself, it's not an issue of the money. The currency is useful as a tool. But the thing you want most is dignity. You want to be looked at and noted as a human being, as an image bearer. That this moment of difficulty and trial is not the definition of who you are. So if you give to somebody in need and you're waving around the money like you're a patron saint, you make the person in need feel even lesser. It's, oh, hey, you did a great deed for this poor person. Instead of, you go, what's this for? Helping out my fellow man. Doing the right thing. Now, is it important to share these acts of goodness? Yes. But share what you see other people do. Don't necessarily share it yourself. Share what you're doing. Act in generosity. Let your good deeds shine out, so that your Father in heaven may receive the praise. Going all the way back to Matthew 5, 14 and 16 area. We're the light of the world. We should act like it. And that means giving in a way that recognizes the person receiving is a person. Not just a check mark to lift off of, well, I was generous and I paid my tithe and I gave to the homeless, and it's not a checkbook of morality. It's not. It's the spirit in which it gives. So I would offer that up today. When having the opportunity to give to the needy, even if it's not fiscally, even if it's some kind of connection, just something to reach out, do it not because you seek praise, but because it's the right thing to do. I will see you guys more than likely Monday for the teaching on prayer and fasting. But if I do pop up tomorrow, it will be to quickly read the Lord's Prayer, which, why not? Our Father in heaven, may your name be kept holy. May your kingdom come soon. May your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our provision, and forgive us our sins, as we have forgiven those who have sinned against us. And let us not yield to temptation, but rescue us from the evil one. I love that prayer, and I'm excited to dig into it with you all on Monday. I'll see you guys then. May his favor be upon you, and know that you are blessed.